It is my distinct pleasure to spend the next 30 minutes or so with you discussing this project that's really captured a lot of attention over the last several months now. We've seen very consistent uh, Forex trading out of this platform for what is going on a very consistent and significant amount of time. And so as such, it's gained an awful lot of momentum, not only in North America and South America, which of course this time zone is geared towards, but we're starting to see that growth spread all over the world to really all four corners. And that growth is really on an accelerated pace as the platform continues not only to perform in an extraordinary way, but as more individuals start to get the word out as to how they're doing what they're doing. So many of you may be on this call for the very first time looking at this information, and that's exactly who this call is geared towards. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down how the project is working as successfully as it is working, who's behind the project, why they're ultimately doing what they're doing, and then most importantly, how you can begin benefiting right after the finish of this call. We'll give you instructions on how to do that. I'm just going to turn my video on so you can see me. Cashy, I've given control away to our moderators, so I'm unable to turn my video on. So let's not worry about that. All right, as long as you can hear my voice, that's all that really matters. Let's first take 30 seconds and talk about the Forex market, because many of you may be here for the first time and unfamiliar with the Forex market. Forex is an abbreviation for foreign exchange. So really what we're talking about is the global money markets. Fiat currency or paper money, of course, every single country around the world has it. And the Forex market is the market where one currency is actually traded versus another one. It's the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. And in addition to that, there is about an average of $5 trillion every single day traded in the Forex market. So to say it's a large market is probably doing it a bit of a disservice. It's also a market, though, that's proven to be historically recession-proof. Now, that's critically important, especially depending on where you stand on the global economy right now. There's so many things happening around the world, and there are a very large group of individuals from many countries around the world that believe we're headed towards another recession. Of course, the last significant recession we saw was in 2009, post global housing crisis, and many people think a decade later we're due for another significant recession. And depending on, of course, who you listen to, which economists you believe, many are saying that the one that's coming is going to be even larger than the one that just wrapped up. Versus another. So for example, you might be buying US dollars and selling Great British pounds. You may be buying the Swiss franc and selling the Aussie dollar. Perhaps you're buying the New Zealand dollar and selling Japanese yen. So the market as a whole doesn't go down. Very interesting. Also, there's a great deal of risk management flexibility in the market. You can leverage yourself to maximize gains, and this is a 5-day per week market. So you'll see trading gains in CFX that happen Monday through Friday, weekends off, which I think is how most people like it anyway. So a little bit about the platform. First of all, you're looking at the cityscape of Panama City, Panama. And in fact, many CFX members gathered in Panama City in November of this past year for the country's first official launch event, where they had the opportunity to meet brokers, to meet traders, to meet the owners of the platform, and to meet management as well. And so it was an absolutely fantastic inaugural event. And for those of you who wish you could have been there but don't know how to time travel, I've got good news for you. We have another event that's coming up, in fact, coming up very soon in May, during the month of May. So we've got a couple of months away for you to prepare to come and meet the owners, come and meet the traders, come and meet the brokers, etc., and so forth. So why Panama City, Panama? Well, first of all, Panama has a little bit of a nickname as an economic center, like little Dubai. Obviously, Dubai is front and center in the world's economy as far as exposure to a variety of regions around the world and offices that are in Dubai as a financial center. Well, Panama is very strategically located as well, of course, between North and South America. There's an awful lot of banking influence in Panama. U.S. banks have a presence there. Canadian banks have a presence there. South American banks and even European banks have a presence in Panama. So there's a reason why Panama, and it is it really doesn't matter what market that project is, you're going to struggle to be successful. So project management, a very experienced team of professionals specializing in the Forex marketplace. And we'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of their Forex specialization in just a moment. The focus, though, is to make sure in a regulated way, they bring a very simple, accessible approach to Forex for everyone in the world. Many of us, of course, have heard Forex, and we've seen stories of people making fortunes in the Forex market, but we also hear stories of them having to spend hours and hours and hours in front of their computer screens to develop the skills to do that. Well, CFX actually have partners, regulated partners from brokerages all around the world that first of all create a very legal and stable platform with which CFX to do its work. So the mission of the company really is to simplify what can be a very intimidating market so that the average person can participate in confidence, in comfort, and in success. So let's talk a little bit more about that success. First of all, there is a very specific strategy or strategies that are being used for CFX. And I will tell you that we are not the first and certainly not the only company to be using these types of success strategies in Forex. Companies that I know you're familiar with, like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, have been using algorithms and technology to give them a trading edge, a trading advantage for many, many years. One of those advantages or edges in technology is called an EA. EA is simply an abbreviation for expert advisor. And what that means is a piece of software or AI is obviously an abbreviation for artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence and trading is a marriage that looks like it was absolutely made in heaven. And AI is starting to have so much of an impact in the trading world, all trading spaces, that even commodities are now starting to have AI implemented into successful commodities trading, which was really the last domain where it was strictly human traders. So AI is doing some incredible things, and they're doing it at much more of an accelerated pace than maybe people thought was going to be happening. Now, CFX is actually following a model that's already been successful by other very large trading firms. Live professional traders, EAs or expert advisor technology, and AI trading technology. So what's left then is for you simply to be able to, anytime you want, flip open your smartphone or your tablet or your laptop and monitor what's going on behind the scenes. Remember, this is about bringing Forex to you and to your friends in a very simple way that the average person doesn't need to feel intimidated or overwhelmed. So the work is largely being done for you, but you also have an opportunity, if you're curious, to see exactly what work is being done and how it's being done. So let's talk a little bit about the Academy, because I know that there are some individuals in CFX, and they've already expressed interest to me personally and to others in the platform as well, that not only do they appreciate being able to profit from Forex, but they also have realized that they're completely fascinated at the idea of making money in the Forex marketplace and are willing to dedicate some time to actually learn how to do it themselves as well. So whichever side of the fence you happen to be on, whether you love the automation and want to let the system do everything for you, or whether you want to dedicate some of your time and actually learn these skills for yourself as well, this is exactly what the Academy is geared towards. First of all, it's very important you understand the reason the Academy, and I want you to think of this as an online university. So the reason this Academy is front and center in the platform is for any platform like this, where we can share it with others and create an income for ourselves part-time or full-time. That has to happen through product sales. That's what makes an enterprise this legal and a project that we can have and enjoy long-term. So the Academy is broken up into 3 separate series. First is called the Elemental Series, then the Supreme Series, and the Advanced Professional Series. And this really takes you through sort of a chronological ride from the early introduction of Forex all the way through to understanding exactly how money is made in Forex, and then starting to understand strategies, specific concepts as to how one does that, and then to get into mindset. So really the last Advanced Professional series is introducing you to mindset concepts, mindset habits that separate you from the masses. So what makes a trader successful financially long term? And it's all mindset based. In the early stages, it's all learning the how-tos. Later on, it's all mindset based. So let's take a look at some of the trade contracts. Now remember, a trade contract is the way that you interact with CFX. So you can select any contract we're about to show you. There's 10 different levels to this contract ladder, and you can pick any one of them. So when you take a look at this, you'll see, first of all, a bear and a bull icon in the center of the contract, right below the number 300. Now, this is a seal representing a $300 contract. You'll also see that below every single one of these boxes, now, of course, the box represents the academy. That's the online university. An Academy Pack, of course, is what we call that. So Academy Pack 90. The reason it says Academy Pack 90 is the Academy Pack is 30% of the value of every single trade contract. So 30% of a $300 trade contract is $90. And it's $90 of the $300 that you're using to purchase that level of instruction through the online university. And I'll show you exactly where that $90 goes in a moment. All you need to understand right now is you're actually getting something in addition to purchase. Of course, the balance of $300 minus 90 is going to work for you using the technology we just talked about. Now, next is a $500 contract, and then a $1,000 contract, and a $2,000 contract. And those four make up that elemental series that we were just talking about. When we get onto the Supreme series, of course, we have a $5,000, $10,000, and $20,000 contract. Remember, you can start at any one of these, whichever makes you most comfortable, or you can start at the smallest contract. And as you start working your way through that contract ladder, you can do it using the gains, the benefit of each one of those contract packages. Okay. So remember, the Advanced Professional series is the largest of the last of the three contracts. And again, the Academy Pack is made up of 30% of the value of each one of these. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about how all these pieces fit together then. There is a rewards plan that's part of this CashFX model. So I want you to think of this no differently than any other home business that you may have been exposed to in the past, or any of the myriad of online companies. We're seeing so many companies move to from brick and mortar to online business models. And one of the things that they do, of course, is a wonderful job of helping their customer base one time and one time only to purchase that trade contract. Trade contracts, that icon or seal had both the bear and the bull in it. In Bear Capital, you have the ability to earn through automated trading up to 2 times the value of any one of those trade contracts that you choose to start with. So for example, a $300 trade contract could earn you $600 in trading results. A $1,000 contract could earn you $2,000 in trade results. A $30,000 contract could earn you $60,000 in trade results. You decide where you want to start. It's entirely up to you. Now, for those of you who, when you're exposed to something that you are so excited about, you just can't help yourself. You have to tell others, this bull capital was designed for you. And this is exactly like we talked about so many projects and platforms and products these days where customers can get a reward from the company if they help the company build up its database. And that's exactly what's happening here. So in addition to being able to earn 2 times the value of a contract, let's use a $2,000 contract as an example. Earn $4,000 in your automated trading capital, where you can earn up to an additional $4,000 from sharing this with others. And we'll show you exactly how that's broken down. So as a bit of an overview, I'm going to show you this right now. On the right-hand side of your screen, you'll be able to see a 2K contract. Now, 30% of 2K is $600. Remember, that $600 went towards that portion of the academy, of the online university, and of every online university section before that. So if I started at 2K, I access all online university up to the $2,000 academy portion. Now, that $600 does not go to the company. It actually goes to you members who, in your enthusiasm, are sharing CFX with others. Let's show you how it goes. So the first half of that, $300, 50% of the $600, goes to you directly as what we call a fast start bonus. The second half goes towards what we call a unilevel, another $300. So one of them is a refer bonus just for you, and the other is a portion of it is for you, but it actually goes to benefit an entire team. And if you take a look back on the left-hand side, you'll also see the introduction of something called leadership program points. And those leadership program points are something that's going to affect you in a very positive way later on as you move down the reward plan funnel. So let's talk specifically about the trading results. Now, so the trading results are obviously for those of you who are going to benefit on the bull side and on the bear side. Everybody gets to benefit from the trading results. And in the early stages right now, it's all fully automated trading. So our trading results, first of all, you can see a very large 15% underneath the tablet that the person's holding in the background shot. That 15% is there for a very specific reason. And that is that you can earn up to, but not guaranteed to, up to 15% per week of trading. So if you take a look here, remember we talked about the live professional trading, we talked about the EA technology and the AI technology. Well, all three of those added together can total a maximum of 15% in a single week. Okay, so we have at this point, you'll see in your back office, as you start to accrue gains, you'll see them show up in what we call trading results under the Bear Capital category. Now, the fast start bonus and the unilevel bonus, as we just walked through, if you remember, that's for those individuals who choose to share the platform with others. How do you do that? Well, you can do that very easily, simply by flipping open your smartphone when you're sitting down for coffee or for lunch with somebody, and you're actually showing your trade results right from your own phone. So when you do share this successfully, remember, your friends that get involved are going to pick any trade contract that best suits them, and 30% of the value of that trade contract is going to go to the Academy Pack. And of that section, well, half of that amount is going to go to a fast start bonus, and the other half is going to go to the unilevel bonus. Let's talk about these two bonuses right now. Okay, first of all, the fast start bonus. Remember, this is a referral bonus or a sponsored bonus. So you shared this with your friend during coffee, and you immediately will benefit. You'll earn half of the value of that 30% that went towards the Academy Pack. So, for example, if they were to purchase a $1,000 contract and 30% of that $1,000 contract went towards the Academy, well, 50% of that, or 15%, would be the fast start bonus. Okay, now the way this continues is that every single time that your friend not only rebuys an existing contract or they move up the contract ladder, you will earn an additional fast start bonus. And it's a very, very effective thing because there's actually no auto ship in this platform. Once you get started with any particular trade contract, you're up and running. And you don't have a monthly reoccurring $100 or $200 or $250 auto or repurchase fee that's going to hit you at the end of every month. And that's a huge advantage in a Forex platform because in Forex trading, results are never guaranteed. And so if you have a fixed cost that you have to pay at the end of every month, that can really have an impact on whether you're profitable or not. So one of the things that's fantastic about CFX is there's no auto ship. There's no monthly rebilling that you need to worry about, and your friends don't need to worry about it. So what that means, of course, is when they move up the contract ladder, it gives you the ability to earn over and over and over with reoccurring fast start bonuses in a platform that has no auto ship. It's incredibly effective. Now let's talk about the other 50% from the Academy dollars, and that goes into the unilevel. So this unilevel is broken down exactly as you see here on the right-hand side. And you can see levels 1, 2, 3, 4 at 10%, 5 and 6 at 20%, 7, 8, 9, 10, all at 5%. So if you add all of those together, that gives you 100%. So let me show you how the math works on this. Remember, if we use the example of $1,000 and 30% of that went into the academy, well, that's $300 on 1,000. Well, 150 went to you as a fast start bonus, and another 150 goes into the unilevel. And that's broken down exactly as you see here on these percentages. So anyone that you refer, for example, and $150 is going into the unilevel, 10% on $150 is $15 for you. Now, what's great about the unilevel, though, is as that organically begins to grow, it can really start to expand well beyond the few friends that you may have shared this with. That's one of the great things about a bonus like this is everyone that you share this with in your unilevel would be considered your level 1. And you can share this with 2 people, 5, 10, 100. It's entirely up to you. All of them would be considered your level 1. And when those friends begin to follow your lead, anyone that they recommend this to becomes your level 2. Anyone that they share this with becomes your level 3, and so on and so on. So this begins to grow organically all the way through levels 1 through 10. But what's really effective is this bonus actually has the ability to pay you to infinity. So well past level 10 growth. As this continues to grow over days and weeks and months and years, you actually have the ability to capture all of it. And if you take a look above each one of levels 5, 7, 9, 10, and 11, there's actually an icon that represents a leadership rank. And so each one of those leadership ranks opens up more and more of the unilevel. And you can see President's Club Ambassador and Global Ambassador all open up your level, your unilevel, to infinity. So that's something that's absolutely worth working towards. And when we talk about those leadership bonuses, we touched on that in the previous slide. We'll expand on that in just a moment. So remember, your fast start bonuses and your unilevel bonuses all go towards what we call your bull capital. All right. Now, this is a very unique bonus. This is called the force matrix, and it is actually derived from a 20% withdrawal fee that every single member contributes to. It's incredibly powerful. What's unique about this is it doesn't matter whether you're a member of CFX as a customer or whether you're also sharing this with others, because every single person in the platform makes gains, whether they're trading gains or whether they're trading and rewards plan gains. So when you do withdrawals, the company holds back a 20% withdrawal fee. Now that's a very significant withdrawal fee, but what's very important and worth mentioning is 0% of that withdrawal fee is actually retained by the company. 100% of that withdrawal fee goes to the membership. So it breaks down as you see here, half of the 20%, 50% goes into the bonus I'm about to show you right now. And then another 10% goes to a matching part of the bonus I'm about to show you. And the remaining 40% goes into what we call a leadership rank bonus. And we'll touch on that in just a minute as we wrap up. So let's take a look at this matrix. Here's on the right-hand side an example of what the matrix looks like. So you can see, first of all, a very different structure. You see force matrix 3 by 10. Now, 3 by 10 implies something, and it really will help you understand the difference between this and the unilevel. If you remember in the unilevel, you could refer any number of people that you wanted to the unilevel, and they were all on your level 1. Well, you can see in the matrix, you could only have 3 people on your level 1 of the matrix. If you were to share this with a 4th friend, where would they go? Well, they would very simply drop down into the 2nd level wherever there's a space available. If you refer a 10th friend, where would they go? Well, they would drop down to the 3rd level and the 4th and so on. So there's a situation here where there's very simply, if you are part of an active group, you may have your sponsor dropping people down inside your matrix, and you may very well be dropping people down inside someone else's matrix. So it is definitely a team-based bonus, just like the unilevel is, but it's a very fixed structure. So as this bonus begins to fill up, as I mentioned before, 50% of that withdrawal fee goes into the matrix. So for example, if I was withdrawing $1,000 in profits, they came to me either from trading or from trading and the compensation plan, $1,000, that's a 20% withdrawal fee, is $200. Half of that, $100, goes directly into this matrix, $100. Now, that $100 is broken up. If you take a look on the far right-hand column, 3%, 3%, 3%, 5, 6, 10, 30, 20, 10, 10, add all of it together, that's 100%. And so you know exactly where those dollars are dispersed inside the matrix. Okay. Now, what's really interesting about this bonus is it also goes towards your bear capital. If you remember, your bear capital was exactly the same capital you were earning from trading gains. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're seeing at the end of every trading day, you're seeing a trading gain for that particular day. And at the end of that week, they're all added together and you're paid out for the week. Well, all of your enforced matrix gains also show up in bear capital with your trading gains. Now, matching bonus, I told you there's a 10% match of this. And what does that mean? Well, very simply, every single person that you happen to earn a fast start bonus for means that you were the referrer. You brought them into the platform. And as the referrer, when those people begin growing and earning from a matrix bonus, you will also have the ability to earn 10% of their matrix total. Let's say you sponsored 10 friends into the platform and they all start earning regularly on the matrix. Well, you'll get a 10% match of each and every one of those people. All right, so the very last thing for us to discuss, and that is the leadership program. And you can see executive, manager, director, president, ambassador, and global ambassador. Those are our 6 ranks. Now, in each of these cases, you can reach these ranks and get very specific bonuses and a number of bonuses. The first thing you'll recall is as you hit each one of these, you open up another portion of the unilevel. Remember, executive, open a significant amount of the unilevel, and then hitting manager, open another part of the unilevel, director, another part, and so on. And if you recall, towards the end, we saw President's Club Ambassador and Global Ambassador, all 3 of those opening your unilevel to infinity and beyond. Okay, so let's see exactly how this is done. First of all, executive. I need to have 500 personal volume points. Now, how do I do that? Well, very simply, 500, there's a point to dollar ratio that's 2 to 1. So, for example, a $1,000 contract has 500 points attached to it. And so I would need to be an executive, I would need to have at least a $1,000 contract doing the trading work for me. I would also need to share this with 3 people, and I would also need to have a total team volume of 25,000. So that is, in this case, 3 different people I've shared this with. It doesn't matter how it grows organically, 25,000 points in total. Manager, how do I hit manager? Very simply, I would help 2 people that I've personally referred, or in those lines of lineage, I don't need to be the sponsor, but any 2 people in 2 different lines of lineage reach the rank of executive. That's it. Now, what do we happen? What do we get? Well, first of all, in addition to opening more of the unilevel, we're also earning what we call leadership prizes as well. And those leadership prizes actually get claimed inside your back office. Now, we have a new PowerPoint that's coming available very, very soon for all of our members. There'll be actually graphics, very attractive graphics showing what all these prizes are. In the short term for tonight, I'm just going to describe them to you. So a brand new iPad Air. I'm not sure if you've seen what the new iPad Airs look like, but they've got this tiny little portable keyboards attached to them as well. They're absolutely fantastic. Hit the rank executive, and that's a gift for you. That's an extra bonus. Hit the rank of manager, and his or her Datejust Rolex, $10,000 Rolex, that's a gift for you. Hit the rank of director. How do I do that? I help 2 people in my 2 different lineages reach the rank of manager, and I've become a director. Now we're seeing more and more individuals, dozens and dozens hit executive, even though the platform is still very, very early. In fact, managers and directors happening every single day, it seems. And so these are very significant bonuses that are getting paid out. Director, for example, $15,000 5-star trip for 2. And then when you move into president, well, all of a sudden you're really starting to open up some very significant leadership bonuses. A Porsche sports car is what you have access to when you reach the rank of president. When you reach the rank of ambassador, it's a Ferrari sports car, and then a Lamborghini sports car for global ambassador. So there certainly are a great deal of significant benefits, motivators for hitting these ranks. It doesn't matter whether it takes you months or even if it takes you years. As long as you share this with friends and you help them do the same, eventually you're going to work yourself into these positions as well. Now remember, all of these rewards fall under the bull capital category. So with that, I want to wrap up by saying one thing very simply, and that is make sure you get back to the person that asked you to watch this presentation, and you simply need to let them know one of two things. One is that you're going to fall into the category where you would love to be a customer benefiting from Forex in a positive way. And that's a very easy thing to do. But if you also happen to be like me, where when you're part of something that's working very, very well, you just can't not share it, well, then you may be someone who wants to benefit not only from the bear category, the bear trading results, but you also want to benefit from the compensation plan as well. If that's you, then make sure you let your friend know that asked you to watch this presentation. You're either going to be a customer or you're going to be a customer and someone who wants to share.